Plaintiff Nakia Flowers dated the defendant and they had 2 children together. Nakia claims after she confronted the defendant about cheating, they got into a physical fight and she pulled a knife on him. As a result, Nakia spent 2 days in jail and she's suing her ex today for property and emotional distress. Defendant Jermaine Fuller says while dating Nakia, he supported her and their children. Jermaine claims Nakia has anger issues. And not only did she badmouth him to their daughter, but she also spit on him and destroyed property in their home. Jermaine is countersuing for an insurance deductible and emotional distress.
Start with you, ma'am.
Your Honor, I would like to say it's a pleasure to be here. It's also an embarrassment to be here to be suing my ex-boyfriend and the father of my children. We've been together for 5.5 years. The first 4.5 years was pretty good, pretty strong. The last year seemed to kind of go downhill. The straw that broke the camel's back for us was the evening of May 2nd. I had used the defendant car to run some errands. I happened to find a phone number in this car, and I've seen this phone number before, so I called it. A young lady picked up, and she told me who she was, and she knew Mr. Fuller, and that he had took her out a few times, and he told her he didn't have no kids, he didn't have no girlfriend. You know, so I'm pretty upset at the time. I'm pretty upset, so I wait for him to get off work. He makes it home.
Plaintiff Nakia Flowers has 2 children with the defendant, and she claims after she pulled a knife on him during an argument, she spent 2 days in jail.
Go ahead.
We argue about it. It was a verbal argument, got a little physical, so I drew a knife on him. I didn't cut him, I didn't harm him, but I did threaten him. Mr. Fuller here proceeds to pull out this little secret cell phone that he had. I didn't even know he had it. He calls the police on me. I get took to jail. I'm in jail for 2 days. I get released on the 4th of May, maybe like 9 o'clock that night, expecting for my man to be there to pick me up, but he wasn't. I had to walk about 10 miles home in the cold. I make it home. Mr. Fuller isn't there. My kid's not there. So I get in my car. I drive to my sister's house. We chilling for a little minute. I didn't leave right away. My phone happened to get cut off while I was in jail, so I asked my sister, you want to ride to Walgreens with me to go get a phone card? She said, sure. This around 1 o'clock in the morning. I get to Walgreens. Who do I see? Mr. Fuller. Coming out of Walgreens with a bag of condoms with 2 girls in his car. Got liquor, got food, looked like they was having a good time. So he proceeded to get in his car, he locked his door. I'm cussing him out behind the glass. He pulls off there, hit me. So I jump in my car, I chase him. I got an 8-cylinder Mercedes Benz. You ain't getting away from me. I chased him. I did. Wait a minute, because it get real serious now. You know, I chased him. He know he ain't getting away from me, so he proceeded to roll down his window and cuss me out. Why the you following me? Why the you following me? And these girls in the car laughing at me, you know, just making a fool out of me. Okay, so I'm hurt, I'm devastated. Every emotion you could possibly have was running through me. I was so angry, I rammed this car. I took my car, I zoomed up, I bagged, reversed. I'm not justifying my actions. What I did was wrong.
Which car? The butcher knife or the car?
I hit his car, yeah. I hit his car with my car. You know, not
what about
thinking,
the butcher
I'm
knife?
messing up my car, but I'm not thinking.
What about the butcher knife? Or how was it? Was he assaulting you? How was it?
It got physical. It did get a little physical.
Tell me who was physical against who?
We both was a little physical with each other.
Who initiated the physical?
He was kind of pushing me. I was pushing him. He was, you know, it didn't get to where it was.
You sound like you got a little temper on you. Let me hear from you, sir.
I do. I admit that I do.
Let me hear from him a little bit, and then you can get back to ramming his car. And yeah, I need a little break from the drama. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've known Nakia Flowers for 6 years now. We have 2 kids together. She also has a daughter that I've been taking care of since I've been in her life for 2 years. Nakia has maybe had a job maybe for a year in the last 5 years. I've been taking care of everything, Your Honor. All of it, Your Honor. And if you love somebody, Your Honor, you don't show your love by pulling a butcher knife out on them. You don't show your love by spitting on them. You don't show your love by telling a 7-year-old daughter that daddy don't love you no more and that the family is broke up. You don't do that. Nakia has an anger problem. And when she gets angry, she starts picking up stuff. She starts breaking stuff. All around the house is broken up.
Sounds like you're very a hardworking guy, got the right attitude towards your family, and sounds like you're very smart, with the exception. If you know she has a temper, which some might characterize that as psycho. If you know you got you a psycho, why would you dally around with two women coming out of a public place, knowing that you just missed being cut with a butcher knife 2 days earlier?
Your Honor, when
How
the
she
kid...
know you got condoms? You walking out without a bag on the condom? You didn't have a bag? You didn't have them in a bag?
It wasn't no
had a bag,
it
but
wasn't
when I
no
walked
condoms,
up-
Your Honor. It was a can of Fix-A-Flat. That's what it was.
How you driving if your tire flat?
Your Honor,
Come on now.
it was a can of Fix-A-Flat. These two women came from the club. When they rolled up in the gas station, they had a flat tire. The tire was completely blown. The lady gave me $20 to take her to Walgreens because there wasn't nowhere else open to get a can of Fix-A-Flat real quick. And that's where Miss Flowers approached me at. I ain't got no reason to lie.
He got every reason
I don't
to
got
lie.
no reason to lie.
I don't believe that story, sir, about nobody coming, no women coming
I
up to
don't
you,
either.
talking about take them to the drugstore and get them to fix a flat. Don't nobody believe that.
Plaintiff Nakia Flowers has 2 children with the defendant, and she claims after she pulled a knife on him during an argument, she spent 2 days in jail.
Now, how are you suing him? What has he done to you?
I'm gonna get to that. So, I pull off, I leave. Keep in mind, I'm in my car. So I go back to my sister's house. I park my car in her garage. I'm like, okay, well, let's go get my stuff. Me and my sister go. Mr. Fuller already there. They done cleared everything of mine out the house. He like, B, you don't live here no more. Get the out of my house. I'm finna give all your stuff away. My kids' clothes, my clothes, just gone.
You have an estimate of the items?
I mean, I got internet
A
receipts because
list?
I'm a big eBay shopper.
Or a list? Either one.
It's a
Sir,
lot of
what do you
stuff.
want to tell me?
When I got to the house, Miss Flowers comes out of nowhere. I told her, you gotta go. You gotta go to the police. You ain't even supposed to be here. All of a sudden, the police pull up. Miss Flowers just out the back of the house. The police come in. They like, where she at? I'm like, she just went out the back. They go looking for her. And the police come down with another female who was hiding up in the attic, and she had a bag of clothes. Now, when I got there, the house looked like a tornado had went through it. Her clothes, shoes, everything was everywhere. It looked like somebody was trying to hurry up, put stuff in the bag, and hurry up and leave. But I got there too quick. All I did was I put all that stuff in the garbage bags. I put it down in the basement. When 2 days later came, the police said, you have to give her stuff. I took all that stuff over to her mama's house. It is no need for me to keep kids' toys, wigs, and accessories and stuff like that. For what? I was running for my
Who
life.
has a police report?
I had a police.
I was running for my life.
This is the police. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, I observed a female, later identified as Nakia Flowers, pacing back and forth with a knife in her right hand. I then observed a male, later identified as Jermaine Fuller, standing in the northeast corner of the basement with his hands up. I moved to the southwest corner of the basement, and I observed Flowers advance toward Fuller with the knife in her right hand and raised up with a blade facing down. Ma'am, this is horrible. Fuller then told Flowers that he wanted to leave, to which Flowers replied, if you leave here, I'm gonna cut you. Your counterclaim is for an insurance deductible
Yes, the $500 I had to pay
and emotional distress.
with the butcher knife, sir.
He didn't pay the deductible. His mother paid the deductible. So if I'm gonna owe anybody, it's her. The car is in her name.
He may owe
The
his mother,
insurance is
ma'am.
in
He
her
may
name.
owe his
Your
mother.
Honor.
His mother paid his debt, so therefore he owes his mother, and therefore you would owe him. I'm trying to determine this personal property, sir. And you say her property is at her mother's house, and I believe it is at her mother's house. I give you
Officer.
$500 for the deductible, sir,
Yes,
for
sir.
the car. that you admittedly rammed out of anger. This man came close to death, and you came close to life imprisonment. I'm not going to grant you a dime, ma'am. Your claim is dismissed, $500 for your deductible. You all have a good day.
Thank you.
It's a point of no return. Me and him, it's done. We have no future.
The Bible teach not to hate, and I ain't gonna hate nobody.